Hi, Namaste. Episode 4, yes, of the Smaraki Show. Today, our guest will be Arpita. We'll just give everybody a few minutes to get on board, and then I will be inviting Arpita also. To the 2 people watching already, hi, welcome here. Today, we are talking about mental health. Of course, we are talking about isolation. We are talking about us being there for each other. And there is Arpita. Let me add her and then firing questions at her. Hello!
Hello.
It's so good to see you after so long.
I know. Same here.
Oh, by the way,
Uh,
we have gone international today. Okay,
oh my
we are
God.
speaking all the way from the Australia.
The Australia to the
Yes,
India.
to the India. And
The India.
yes, so we have people from India watching, and hopefully very soon the Australians, Aussies also will be watching us. Okay,
Yes, of course.
how are you?
I am good. Just relaxing. It's 9:30 here in Sydney,
Look at that
local time.
accent. Hey.
Of course. Abhi to I feel
Of
like
course.
talking only in Hindi because I know you're
Huh?
gonna make real fun of that. And it's gotten so mixed and
This
bundled.
is what we used to make fun of. Pata hai, when people would go for holidays. Let's talk
No,
a little bit of.
it's not
Huh.
holidays, okay?
Yeah, that's what. When our students would go for holidays, and then suddenly on the day of the Viva, in front of the external examiners, we would hear these new kinds of what
Accents.
accents.
But
But
that
it's
was two
different.
months. It's 6 years.
Yeah. Yes, it's been a while. It's been a
Yeah, and
long time.
I am a public trainer here.
Yes. तो उतनी
So
इज्जत हम रख के बात करेंगे. ठीक है, मैडम
बिल्कुल.
जी.
हाँ जी. नहीं तो मैं फिर हिंदी में आ जाऊंगी. हाँ. फिर
हिंदी
उर्दू,
फिर
हिंदी और पंजाबी बोलेंगे. फिर आधे लोग
फिर
को
जो
समझ में नहीं
संस्कृत
आएगा.
स्टार्ट होती है फिर
ओहो.
लेट अस नॉट गेट देयर.
No, so
तो
just
छोटे छोटे
be.
बच्चे भी देख रहे हैं आज. ठीक है, हम 5
हाँ
बजे इंडिया
बिल्कुल.
में 5 बज रहे हैं अभी. ओके, हम थोड़ी
अच्छा
तमीज
हमारे
से
यहाँ
बात करेंगे.
ग्रेवयार्ड शिफ्ट है. हाँ.
Okay,
It's
we have about 10, 11, 12 people watching, so everybody welcome. And we are in conversation with Arpita. Yes. Yes, you can. Some extraneous variables will be present around. Okay. It is
My
out of
extraneous variable is gone to sleep, so I'm very happy
lucky
about that.
you.
Yeah, I know it's 9:30. Yeah, just enjoying
Uh,
my life.
lucky you. Chalo,
I
we'll
know.
start. First, because you've been away for so many years, okay? What are you doing? What are you up to?
Okay. No longer a teacher because
Hmm.
when I reached Australia, I realized that I would go into a culture shock if I started teaching high school students, completely a different atmosphere. So
Hmm.
decided against it.
Hmm.
Then turned into a social worker, started doing some social work with the government. And finally, right now, I am a child safe trainer with New South Wales. That's the local state government. And that means being a child safe trainer means educating and also providing that attitude change within the masses, within so many different kind of people, like starting from volunteers to managerial level staff members, etc., around New South Wales, throughout the state. Whoever is working with children, it's a good idea that we go to them and provide support services, and also for them to understand the legislation, the changes, how it is based on the United Nations Convention of Rights, and a whole lot of things, and a lot of developments happening around it. Yeah, I think it's a period of change,
Yes.
and children and young people are being supported, so that they do not experience the kind of abuse. And by abuse, I don't necessarily mean it has to be that epitome of abuse where the child has already been abused, protecting them from all that grooming that happens, all those other factors, and not necessarily just sexual abuse. So
Hmm.
just looking into that, focusing on that. So that's what our focus is as an organization where I'm working.
How different
So
is it
yeah.
right now? considering what is going on, considering children are locked up at home with possibly abusive guardians or parents or other people. How is it now?
100%. It is very different. It is actually scary. That is the reason why, if you're following something in Australia, they have not closed the schools. They did not close the school for this purpose, so that those vulnerable children, along with children and young people whose parents are in essential services, could attend school, could have those avenues, because school is seen as a very safe place for children and young people here, which is a good thing. So they are able to, what do you say? They are able to express themselves. They're able to. They have that those community eyes on them, which is a good thing. So that is the reason why schools were not closed down. It is a time of crisis everywhere, and I can't even start imagining how it would be for other countries. I often think about it in terms of how difficult it is in so many other countries where there are complete lockdowns still. We are coming out of the lockdown. So yeah, but then in all said and done, it's been, I think the cases of, and all this is public data, the reports of abuse have increased a lot. And I think I was reading something, I don't know how authentic it was, but I was reading an article, Indian article as well, in some parts of India. Again, same thing, the reports of abuse have increased many folds because of this unwanted social, what do you say, experiment. That's what I'd like to call COVID right now. So yeah, it's been devastating for the little ones.
You also spoke about cultural change. Now, what is one thing which is very, very evident as adolescents or children, since you're dealing with both adolescents and children, one thing which is
Right.
very, very evidently different culturally?
In Australia,
Yes.
ooh, I think the children and young people here will say it on your face how it is. There is there is
No filter.
no filter. Yeah, there
Yeah.
is no filter. I was about to say a barrier, but there's no
Huh.
filter. Believe me, there is no filter. Some
In a way,
days you
it's
love
good. In
it.
a way, yes.
Yeah,
In a
yeah.
way, it's good.
Some days it's good. You love it. And then some days you're like, oh God, why? Yeah, it has its moments, but I really
Huh.
enjoy that. And my son, he's born and brought up here. He goes to preschool. He's been to preschool here. He goes to an Aussie school. And he himself, he's like, he'll come and he'll tell it to your face, you know, what it is, how it is. You you talk to him in a loud voice and he'll come back to you and tell you, moms are not supposed to talk to their children like that. And he's 5.
Yeah.
So beautiful. And then you're
The
like,
understanding,
look,
very different understanding. It's not that here children understand differently, it's just that we condition them.
yes, it's
तमीज से
conditioning.
बात करो, चुप से रहो, बदतमीजी नहीं करो. And any kind of questioning, when we don't know how to handle it, we shut them down.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
चुप
and
रहो.
it's generations of it.
Yes,
And
yes.
our parenting styles are what we had learned, somewhere, not all of them,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
somewhere what we had learned. And how, yes, of course they're changing, and I'm glad with changing times it is changing. We are giving our children more opportunities to be able to express themselves, to be able to look at things in different way. And I think I learn every day, and I'm sure with Ziba as well, you
Hmm.
learn every day much more than what Ziba learns, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah. Since we're talking about children, है ना, we are talking about change and cultural conditioning and social conditioning. We have a question about that. Here it is. It says, how to convince my parents that my brother should equally help in household chores. We
Yeah,
got one question, but I'm sure many have this issue right now.
100%. Even I think growing up, now my when I was thinking, and I was thinking about it, I'll be honest, you did send me this a few
Hmm.
moments before.
Hmm.
That's when I felt the need to have my vices before I joined in. Okay, yeah. So I was thinking of two, three things, but whenever I think about that, I always come down to one thing. For a lot of, I mean, as part of our conditioning, and women, Indian girls, a lot of our conditioning has been around, I don't know, somehow, what do you say, disregarding patriarchy. you know We have had, we in our learning somewhere we've learned that no, 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 it doesn't exist. And in some part of our subconscious or an unconscious mind, we don't want to accept it. And that's where the problem starts.
This is how it's meant to
Because
be.
no, no,
As in,
that
that
is
is what we are
how.
taught. Huh.
No, we are not taught that. We are, so what is happening is because of that great cultural shift that is coming in, right? Women are being educated now, and this, and I'm sure this question has been asked by the upper middle income group, typical like me, where I grew up, where I've seen that change is slightly coming in, even in the males, but it's not quite there yet. But we tend to believe that there is no patriarchy, and that's what I and it starts with no, 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 I allow my daughters to go to school, I allow my children to go to college or to have jobs and to choose their own life partner,
I allow
right?
my wife to work.
Exactly. So
Hmm.
allowing, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking that this. So why am I saying my daughter? Because I'm thinking this question must be asked by a youngster who's not
Yes,
married
yes,
yet.
yes.
So and she's talking about her own family, right? So uh, so the inherent problem remains the same, because somewhere we have that freedom. So we start, our brain starts telling us that there is no patriarchy,
Hmm.
but the patriarchy is still there. Once you start accepting it, once you accept it that yes, there is patriarchy, that's where you start from. So what happens is your expectations would automatically come down. I'm not saying that that's the right thing. I am not saying that there should not be an equal opportunity or equality or equity. I would say not equality. It cannot be that. May you can't do away with the male privilege, you can't deny it. And the problem is that today in the upper middle income group, wherever there is, not just India, in Australia also, that aspect of patriarchy, that male privilege is being denied
Hmm.
because of the changes that are coming in. But once we start understanding, yes, there is patriarchy automatically, and not asking would never help. You keep asking your parents, it will go unheard because of the conditioning that they've had, right? How it will help is through my own actions.
Hmm.
It is me who is going to bring about that change. I have to change it. I have to work towards it. Abhi, you said all this is like, right now this is like a very social thing, and I'm speaking at a very higher level. Now bringing it down to what I can do. When I'm saying it is I am accepting it. It is my responsibility, no one else's. So what am I doing for my growth? What kind of goals am I setting? What kind of role model am I becoming? What am I doing? How do I see a situation? Why do I focus on my brother should be given an equal opportunity? Why can't I focus on what is my responsibility? Right? All said and done, you are living in your parents' house. It's their house, their rules. Bottom line.
Hmm.
That means upskill you, stop thinking about all these things, start focusing on your goals, upskill yourself, use this opportunity. I think uh, we undermine that. I know of my some of my Aussie friends who kick their kids out as soon as they turn 18, 20.
Hmm.
We live in our homes till 25, 26, whatever, and then we go to our in-laws homes. So try getting that window period, use that window period to your advantage. Upskill yourself so much, and that independence when you will get with the with what you earn. Money is important, no matter what you do. And women earning is very important.
Hmm.
Once you have that, you will automatically see a shift in that behavior.
I remember
And
even when you were. Sorry, yes,
no,
finish.
no, no. And also, as far as your brother is concerned, I don't know for the person who's asked this question, elder brother, younger brother, whosoever it is, what have you done to work on your relationship with your brother? Right? I know of a girl who has a younger brother, 6 years younger than her. I think she's parented her brother, and she fondly says that I've raised a feminist brother. So it depends on your relationship with your brother as well. How do you see it? So a lot of things coming into play,
Yes.
right? Yes, you were saying something, Smaraki.
Yes, I was saying when you were here, when you were teaching also here, I remember one thing we would discuss, and you would often, your students knew about this, that when you attend Arpita ma'am's class, you hear about one thing, and that is have your own bank account, start earning, saving your own money, and have your own bank account. And that is something I tell my girls even now. Like, apne naam ka bank account karo. You want a house, you make it yourself. You want a gadi, you buy
Exactly.
it yourself. It should
Exactly.
not be somebody giving it to you because you're somebody's daughter or somebody's wife or somebody's sister. You become somebody first. Even when we wanted to announce this episode, again, one more thing we always have discussed. I'm getting all excited, huh? Coming back to all our previous discussions. And that one thing we always stressed was our first names. Like, become
Hmm.
Arpita, become Smaraki, not the Samantaroy or not the Khurana and Malhotra. People should know you by your first name, and
Exactly.
and start working on that. That's what, when you said about learning your skills, investing in yourself, that is the best investment. Nobody can take it away from you. You know,
No.
the cyclone aa jaye, baad aa jaye, kuch bhi ho jaye, your skills are something which nobody can take away, and you will survive
100%.
anywhere. You will flourish anywhere. Right?
100%.
Yes.
One thing I remember, I used to tell my students, and a lot of them would remember that. And for my young listeners sitting there, I say, young listeners, I'm still young, don't go by my white hair. Still young, too young. Okay.
Nothing is
So
visible on camera. You
don't
look
tell me I'll show
absolutely
it
fabulous.
also. Say bald and beautiful.
तो कुछ नहीं
Anyways,
दिखता हमको.
coming.
हाँ, बोलो.
I don't care. I don't care दिखता भी है तो, because all
हाँ.
that as of now, it has never mattered to me. Still doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is what I do, and my actions will always be louder than anything else. And I remember, and for my young listeners, even today, the young girls today, I remember year 11 when they come from year 10 and they're all flustered and what do I do? What will I do? What to score? This, that. I always used to tell them, I still want to tell them, forget what you are here for. Don't study for anyone else. Study for yourself. You will not be able to do anything until it comes from within. And I used to openly tell
Yes.
them, नहीं पढ़ोगे तो माँ बाप शादी कर देंगे, वो सच आज भी रहेगा. If you don't make something out of yourself, yes, you have to get married, fine. I mean, I get that. I mean, I'm not saying it, that's your own, again, that should be your own personal choice.
Your own choice.
When,
Yes.
how, with whom.
Yes.
But to be able to assert that choice, you need to have that standing where you can say, and that does not mean rebel. Our parents are beautiful. They've given us life. They've supported us so much, right? So it's not about disrespecting anyone, but it's about asserting. So there's a difference between shouting and asserting. With that assertion, that beauty comes in, and with that,
That balance
uh,
has to be
that
maintained
balance.
always.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
I'll talk about a little anecdote. There was this young person, and I'm from the Sikh community, so I'll give that example. Or maybe not. Yeah, no. Not that example. But yeah,
Doesn't
some
matter.
other
Bolo.
example. No, yeah, but there was this young person, and every family has their own values and their own little, something like, in our family, let's just say, for example, we don't go out of the house without covering our head or something like that, XYZ. So she started wearing skirts and not jeans, but it was not the done thing. Did I lose you?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I continue. You frozen on my screen. So she started wearing skirts, which was take yeah, okay, awesome. So rather than jeans, she started wearing skirts, and her family, her own parents, were dead against it, and they did not like it. But and there was a whole, that boycott and everything for her. But for with her actions, she proved that it is not because of my dressing that I've lost my values. So keep your values intact. So that's assertion. Rather than, oh, okay, you've said don't wear skirts, let me wear a micro mini and show it to you. No, do whatever you want to, but have that assert that, you know, get that,
And
and
reach a position
yes,
where people respect what you are saying. So first, you
right,
have to reach there, na? तब जाके आपकी बात
yeah.
मानेंगे.
बिल्कुल एक तो and then I know when I'm saying this, a lot of things are going in my head. People would say, excuse me, no, it is my life. I'm 18 plus and all that. Yes, you are. But all said and done, you're living in their house, right? कल को मेरे घर में कोई रहने आएगा ना, so it will be my house, my rules, right? So वो end of discussion हो जाता है. या तो इतना कमा लो, ऐसा कर लो कि भैया मेरे को नहीं रहना इधर, मैं अपना रहूंगी, अपना रेंट करके जिधर भी जैसा भी, फिर जो मर्जी करो. फिर हाँ तुम एडल्ट हो, अगर तुम एडल्ट हो तो फिर पूरा एडल्ट बनो.
Not selectively adult where it suits you and where you're comfortable
Exactly.
with. Yes.
100%. 100%.
Yes. We're getting some comments, okay? I know we're digressing, but this is important. We're getting some comments from our old students who have been taught by both of us. Okay? They've
Right.
either studied psychology from Arpita ma'am and social science from me, or social science from both of us. एक batch वैसा भी आया था बीच में जिसमें हमने आधा पढ़ाया था. Right. So all of those, we're getting some comments. They're very happy to see both of us together in the same frame. Trust me, I'm equally excited and thrilled to be in the same frame with Arpita right now. And that too, when we know our old students are watching, it just makes it so more special. Like,
I know. Same here. Same
I
here.
know.
Brings back so
Again,
many
I'm not.
memories.
Yes, absolutely. I'm not reading out names again because one thing I don't want to butcher your names. One says I'm loving this so much I'm crying right now. One says आधा batch है.
I know. I can see
Love
that,
you.
Mehek.
Yeah. So we have all these
So
wonderful.
sweet.
This is so overwhelming, and this is what we thrive for. This is what we work for. तो बोलते हैं ना पढ़ाते क्यों? Why are you a teacher? This is what we are teachers for, right?
Arey, I remember as a year 12 teacher, but 12th standard ki teacher, I used to tell my students, look, see, when I stand in this classroom, I think I am more important than any film personality, any other personality there. Why? Because my signature matters to you more than anyone else's autograph.
Yes. And when you go
Oh,
for
it's
your board exam, it is our signature. That red pen, that
100%,
is what matters.
100%.
Only thing
See,
which matters.
and I think from there I want to share another thing, and that reflects, I don't know, you will ask that question, I know, somewhere down the track. It is what I think I am is very important. How I see myself is very important, right? If I would have thought in that classroom, let's just take that classroom example, because I know a lot of my students are here right now. Though a few of my friends are also here, I can see them. So yeah, just a shout out to them as well. Thank you so much for the support. But as a teacher standing there, if I would have thought, oh my god, there are 40 students in my class, oh my god, 20 students are going to make fun of my dressing up, or 20 students might think, oh, look at her, whatever. Even right now, if I think of that, then that's going to pull me down. However, rather than putting a spin on it, my signature is important. Well, my autograph is so important right now. So that also drives me to work for my young people, or my participants, as I would call them now. As a trainer, I miss face-to-face training so much right now in the pandemic. My god, it's killing me. I need to be in a room filled with humans where I can talk to, where, so I'm enjoying doing this. This is the best, as close as it gets. So, yeah.
Yes. Yes, we have some comments about the yes, no, maybes. It
Of course.
started with Arpita ma'am, and I'm
The
continuing.
legacy
Okay,
continues.
the legacy
The
continues.
legacy continues.
But that is one thing. See, as psychologists, na, it becomes part of the system, right? You
Yeah.
don't just give two options. You start giving a scale of options, right? That is,
Of course.
yes,
And more
yes.
than that, it's about, again, asserting that choice. The choice is always yours, will always be yours.
Yes.
Whether it's yes, whether it's no, and sometimes it can be maybe also.
And
It
that is
doesn't
fine
always
too.
have to be. Yeah,
Yes. Even
100%.
maybe is fine. Okay. We were talking about making our own identity. We had a question about that. How to build confidence.
Okay. Either though, I can tell a nice story, all right?
हाँ
So
बोलो.
this is someone who was in year 1 to, well, I say, my Terminology also has completely
कोई
changed.
नहीं
First
हम
standard, second standard.
हम
नहीं, year 1 year 2
भावनाओं
यहाँ
को
पे
समझ
college हो
लेंगे
जाते
हम.
ना. नहीं ना, year
हाँ.
1 year 2 college हो जाएगा. नहीं भैया,
ओके, दैट
6
इज
साल का बच्चा.
ग्रेजुएशन देन.
Yeah, no, 6 year old. Okay, standard
ओके
1.
ओके ओके ओके, स्टैंडर्ड वन, फाइन, ठीक है. हाँ.
Right. So, she didn't have any friends. Right. So there are two, three kinds of children, or in a group, there's an isolatee, there is a neglectee, and there is a rejectee. So she was somewhere in that isolatee kind of a. Nobody hated her, but there were no friends. She didn't have any, for whatever reason. Some people are not very good at immediately making friends or whatever. So that started, and for some reason, she started getting bullied over the years. And then one day, and that was fifth standard, she realized it won't help, right? So she turned into a bully. And that's the first time she made friends, because she realized that she was not the only weakling in that group. There were other weaklings also who came to her for support. And that's where she started rising. And that's where she realized that building that confidence, what is confidence? Right? What is confidence? It could be anything. Right now I'm sitting here, zero makeup, lovely hair, right? But I'm fine. I'm happy. Confidence will come when I'm happy. Confidence will come when I'm myself. Confidence will come when I think, and when I think of myself. We forget to think of ourselves. Again, conditioning. We're not
Conditioning
taught to
again.
do that.
I
Very
remember
important.
one thing. This is for all the girls watching, all the girls and boys watching. Okay, when I started teaching, Arpita ma'am was already there. She introduced me to the staff and everything. And then one thing was, height wise, both of us, we are not the tallest people.
Midgets.
Okay, yes. So
I, I, I I
so
know midget in Australia, all right?
I'm one here also. Okay,
No jokes.
so
I have the work. Wait. No jokes. I
uh,
don't have a. I have to get an OT assessment done, and I have a special chair which I take to any office
okay.
where if I change my office, So that is how
Uh,
tiny I am here. So the work health safety. Anyway, sorry. Continue. Yes,
yes.
midgets joined.
What happened, Ziba? What happened? No problem. We'll clean it later. Okay. Coming back to this. Okay. So I have joined school. No problem. We'll clean it later. Okay. Coming back. Are you there, Arpita?
Yes, still there. Don't worry. I've
Okay,
got one at
extraneous
home.
variables. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have joined teaching. I'm just freshly. I have no training in teaching. Okay. I was working in a German company before this. Totally different work ethics. The co-workers absolutely different. And suddenly, from a German company, I'm now in St. Thomas's Mandir Marg as a teacher. Tiny children are a foot higher than me. Okay, and then I come to Arpita and I said, बच्चे सुनेंगे कैसे मेरी बात? मैं heels पहन के आऊंगी. Okay, I thought it would solve my problem. Arpita said, dare you wear heels to school? ऐसे ही जाना, बच्चों को बिठा बिठा के डांटना. And it worked. कुछ गलत करे, पहले बैठ जाओ. Now tell me what you've done. But slowly that was the starting, and then slowly I figured out that the height didn't matter over there. It was what I know about my subject, it was what I feel about my subject. And slowly children, once they start realizing those things, they don't look at you measuring your height anymore. And then it's just like what you said, it makeup, no makeup, whatever. Now I feel very confident wearing makeup. Earlier I would feel very shy. I hardly wore makeup when I started even working. Arpita knows that. Now I don't care. Like, so it's like that. It's this small things which add up, and then they build your confidence automatically, right?
100%. 100%.
Eh,
Some days I feel very confident without makeup. Then other days I feel very confident with makeup. Some days, yeah, I am like, I'm a public trainer. I need to have I have my separate clothes for training, completely different. I've never done that before, but right now, yes, I do have separate clothes for training. Initially, when I started as a trainer, people thought I was, when they saw me in an empty room setting up the room, they thought I was the assistant. That was a challenge, not a challenge, but it was very, again, it was like a social experiment for me. They came to me and they asked me, but so when is the trainer coming? I was like, yeah, you're talking to her. Kind of a thing. It started like that, 15-20 minutes into the session, and that's when that attitude change starts coming, that you experience that happening in front of you. That's beautiful. That is
That's beautiful.
something
That's powerful. It's
that's powerful,
yeah,
that's beautiful,
yeah.
and it also gives you that confidence, that and that brings that glow from inside, and that's how you drive yourself. So but believing in yourself will give you all the confidence that you need anywhere. That's what I feel.
Absolutely. Okay. We got a comment. It says, I'm working out to this live chat today. This is my adrenaline. So,
Oh
see,
my god.
yeah. Okay. Getting back to the questions. Okay. We have
Mhm.
sort of covered this, but since two people have asked this, so I'm reading them out. What to do to fight anxiety? And another question similar. How to cope with anxiety due to the uncertainty to our future goals amidst the pandemic?
Okay, of course we can start a whole classroom session and define anxiety and all that. Year 12, year
This
12
this is
chapter.
ex students.
No, no,
Yes, you
no.
are 12.
But we
Anxiety,
had
yes.
year
Anxiety
anxiety year 12,
disorders,
right? Yeah, I
yes.
still remember that, right? So we can start doing that. But
Chapter
then my
4,
question,
to be
yeah, chapter
precise.
4,
Yes.
exactly. But my question is, why do you need to fight it? Why do you need to cope with it? Right? You need to identify it, right? Anxiety is not a bad thing. For example, and why I give my own examples is that I think I can explain best by giving examples. When I go out for any workshop, so I give the same workshop day in and day out. So, but before every workshop, I'm anxious, which is a good thing. It doesn't let me, not like, oh,
Huh.
I do this workshop every day. I'll be able to do it. So that would make me overconfident. Having that anxiety helps me. So it's my support. Why do I see anxiety in a negative sense?
Cool. Just 1 minute. Ask Dadi to open. I think Baba's come back. Huh, sorry.
Oh,
Yes.
good. Yeah, that's also anxious. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
so anxiety helps us. Why does anxiety come? Let's break down anxiety. Itna bada word, such a huge word. Why? Anxiety
Very,
comes
yes.
anxiety comes to us when there is an unknown, right? When there is an unknown, or maybe when there is a problem, or when there is something that I can't sort, right? So use that as a signal. So your body is actually giving you a signal. Now is the time for me to respond, right? And if there is something that anxiety cannot solve, let's just say, for example, the pandemic, right? Is it in my control? No. Can I do anything about it? Yes, by staying at home and keeping myself safe, right? So that's my answer to it. And some amount of anxiety is all right. But, and then, for example, loss of a loved one. You might feel that you're getting anxious, but that's identified. It's not anxiety, it's grief. So grieve. That's what I tell my friends, my family, anyone who speaks to me about it. Grieve. Identify the emotion, identify the cause. And if it's anxiety, I think that should give us a drive from inside, right? Now, if I say cope with anxiety, yes, but then I'm not saying that there is no anxiety, or I'm not dismissing that there is anxiety. There can be, and research proves that the what do you say, the longer the period of anxiety, or whatever you say, with that discomfort or whatever, it does cause damage to us, right? So if I say coping with anxiety, I have my own style of coping with anxiety. Smarky ma'am has her own style of coping with anxiety. Everyone has their, again, identify. Again, I would say go in, seek within. But if there is, again, there are different, again, people are different. How much of anxiety, how how I manage it is very different from Smarky or from X person or Z person.
And it's
So
not the
I
wrong way or the right way. It's just what works for you.
Exactly. And what happens is, as I always say, extreme of everything is bad. So if you think you're not able to manage it, please seek help. please seek professional support. I'm not the professional support. The professional support is with the psychologist. Support, seek that support. It's very easily available today. It's not expensive. It doesn't have to be like everyone needs to know, and it can be very discreet. Ping me if you need to know more. I'm not a psychologist. I can't provide that professional support, but yes, I can guide you where you can go and grab that professional support anytime you need. And it's not a bad thing. It will help you upskill yourself to be able to manage it in future. And what was the second thing? That second question was how to cope with the
Because of
anxiety
the
and
uncertainty of our future goals.
there is always uncertainty.
Mm.
Do you know what is going to happen in another 10 seconds? Do I know what's going to happen in an hour? Did people know when they were booking all their travel what's going to happen 2 months down the line? We all thought that it's cheaper to buy tickets 2 months before.
Yeah.
Did we know that? Right? There were so many. I find so many women have given birth in this pandemic alone without any supports. They did not have that support. It's supposed to be such a wonderful time, but it was not for them. So everything, and whether pandemic or no pandemic, right? Our goals have to be strong. Our goals have, yet we need to have not one plan B, प्लान जी तक रखो. अगर ए नहीं चला तो प्लान जी तक होना चाहिए. इतना अपने को रखो कि, and human beings, I think human beings are the most intelligent beings on this planet. Use that. We have been able to survive a lot. We will still survive. It is about survival of the fittest. And coming from a country of millions and billions and billions of people, I think I've learned that very well. Right? So cope. Work on it and work on yourself. It could be for me. I lost 7 kgs. Weight loss has always been my. Everyone knows that I'm always on a diet. Okay, so nothing new about it. I lost seven
This was
kgs
our
before
deal,
this.
okay? For the viewers now, every time we meet each other, I have to tell Arpita that she's lost weight and that she's looking good. Okay, that
Yes,
is
of course,
how.
always.
Yes,
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 that is how it rolls, whether I've lost it or
yes,
not. I was
yes.
so excited. I lost 7 kgs and then I put on 4 kgs, but that's fine because I was anxious. I wanted to eat, so I ate. I cooked. I ate because I could find what I wanted. In the middle of the night, I'm cooking a bloody, what is it called, that microwave cake or something, and I just eat it and I'm fine. ठीक है यार, it is okay. I'll lose those 7 kgs again. So chilled out, ठीक है, करो. फिर then 2 days I eat junk and 5 days I realize no, I have to get back to my routine and all that, and 5 days I'm good, and the sixth day it is again back to normal.
That's all
Fine.
part of the journey, na?
Exactly.
That's what growth, continuous growth.
Exactly. And Miss
Tera.
Marky also keeps me going. She's taught me how to do makeup, which I did not know anything
Yes.
about.
Hey, you
Yes.
knew your eyeliners were the most famous eyeliner. Arpita ma'am would have these always imported eyeliners, okay, that I would have my eyes on always, and she would wear these very thick, bright colored eyeliners confidently, and that is how it all started, है ना? That is how there are some things sometimes, no, very weird things connect people. So these were one of those things. Coffee, पागलों की तरह
Coffee.
पागल हो जाते थे हम दोनों कॉफी के लिए.
Oh, every
So
day.
things
It
like
used
that.
to be like
Yes,
our paradise. So paradise is
yes,
nowhere. It is within you, and it is within things that you enjoy. It is within those little tiny things. So
yes.
that's
It's
what you
always
need
the
to
little
find
tiny
out.
things.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But yet, Smarky ma'am, money is important. Don't forget that.
It is very, very important. Yes. Your own bank account and savings in that bank account. Very
And
important.
learn to earn.
Yes.
Very
Whatever you
important.
want to spend, you should be in a position to spend it by choice. And don't say that, oh, I can't afford it. Right?
100%.
Reach that position. Okay. Um, my parents don't understand the pressure of my studies, especially now online studies, and I'm unable to manage my studies and home stuff. What do I do?
थोड़ा सा, can you give me a little bit of a age range?
This is
Something like a
college.
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 This is college. Yes.
हाँ, भाग जाओ. नहीं नहीं, अभी माँ बाप पकड़ के बैठे. Not, don't run
इंडिया
away.
में है, भाग नहीं सकते अभी. जो
है, हमने
ऑस्ट्रेलिया में
इंडिया में
नहीं
भी रह के भी
है।
हम भागे थे। हाँ, तरीका है, तो ये सब होता है। नो नो,
अच्छा,
डोंट
टीचर की तरह
वरी।
बात करो थोड़ा ना। हाँ।
ऑफ कोर्स, यस, बिहेव योरसेल्फ, ओके,
यस, वी
बिहेव
हैव।
योरसेल्फ। नो नो,
हाँ।
मम एंड डैड आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, भागना नहीं है, दैट्स नॉट द सॉल्यूशन। सम डेज इट इज, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, ओके, बट नहीं, भागना नहीं है। कोई भी नहीं समझेगा, क्यों समझे, ये बताओ, तुम रीजन दो समझाओ, ठीक है ना। And when you are in college, I get it, there is studies and it is full on hardcore. You know, parents want very small things from you. वो क्या कहते हैं ना, वो क्या, अब कहावत भी गलत बैठ रही है ना, वो what is that one, छोटी छोटी चीजें चाहिए उन्हें,
हाँ।
यू नो। मम्मी के साथ 5 मिनट चाय पी लोगे, वो उसमें बहुत खुश हो जाएगी, बिलीव मी। हैव अ कप with her. 5 minutes, right? Maybe 5 minutes discuss junk with dad, like his news, and five minutes कर लो, हो जाएगा. You know, it is hard. Nobody will understand, and that is true. There, it is a fight. I live it every day. It's fine. Accept it. कुछ चीजें accept करनी पड़ती हैं. और करोगे अच्छा है, and that, and again, as long as you don't accept them, they will keep bothering you. आई टोल्ड यू ना, माँ बाप के घर में रह रहे हो तो करोगे, थोड़ा सा तो करोगे, ऐसा भी करना पड़ेगा, इसका कोई सोल्यूशन नहीं है। और माँ बाप को समझाना, हाँ, आई एम ऑल्सो अ मम, वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट, वेरी
A
डिफिकल्ट।
child and a mom. Now
Oh yes,
दोनों साइड से एकदम
double
खिचक।
sided, yes, of course. No, I love it. No, I love it. There's a beauty to both. There is a beauty to both. So I don't regret anything, neither as a daughter nor as a mother, right? And it's okay, they will understand. And imagine right now your parents don't, you think your parents don't understand? When you hit the hard hitting world, then you would realize how much they understood, right? Yes, Marky ma'am.
Absolutely.
So
This is all training period. This is
oh,
so
100%, this is not,
enjoy
I
while
mean,
you, yes,
yes,
you're
while you
still at it.
can, and you can at least
Yes.
argue with your parents, right? There will
Yes.
be situations where you won't be able to argue, whether it's a boss or it's someone else, XYZ, that there will be so many other situations, right? So
Absolutely.
it is okay. It is okay. Find time. Abhi, right now you're young, right? Make a different kind of a routine. Change your routine. Either you wake up a little early or sleep a little late. I've done that all my life. I still do that. And I'm sure Smarky Ma'am also does that. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
we've
one
got.
thing we've been discussing also. That, like, it's not much. We're not saying spend an entire 1 hour with yourself. इतना भी जरूरत नहीं है. Whatever time you can find for yourself. For you, it could be 10 minutes. For you, it could be half an hour. Right? But
100%.
then that me time is important. Get yourself sorted and then do everything that is demanded of you.
Yeah.
You will be able to prioritize. That's another question we have. A lot of children are asking that they are not able to manage things. Everybody is attending online classes. Everybody is giving assignments to do, and at that same time, because they are living with families and with other people, time nahi hai.
Hmm.
How to go
Hmm.
about it?
कुछ नहीं, टेक इट विद द स्ट्राइड, जितना होता है उतना करो, ठीक है ना। 100, वही सेम थिंग, एडल्ट लाइफ में या स्टूडेंट लाइफ में कैसे भी ऐसे ही होता है, जितना हो सकता है उतना करो, डोंट किल योरसेल्फ विद इट, दैट्स द की, right now, for example, we're living in a pandemic. A lot of the families do not have those maid supports and people who support us with our daily chores, and all that also has been dumped on us, right? Doing it fine, like for example, I want to show you my room. Okay, this is my son's room. I'll show you. One sec, can I swipe the camera or something? I'll try that.
Yes.
Ah, yeah,
Huh,
there it
there.
is. See,
Yeah.
so I can only do so much. I can't do everything, right? So if there is something that might bother me, all those on the floor kind of a thing, or a few things lying here and there, but it's okay. I've let myself be, because in the end of the day, my peace of mind is very important for me. And I think everyone understands, even though you got all those assignments, I'm sure your educators would also understand, because they're also humans. They're in their own homes also. There are quite a few challenges that they're also facing. I'm sure people. Same. I have a full-time job. I have a son who's at home. Oh my God, that's another full-time job. Plus, I'm on
Absolutely.
canteen.
Yes.
I'm on home canteen duty 3 meals a day. So it is overwhelming. But I let myself be. I don't take hard on myself. If I'm not able to do, even if I'm able to do 50% of what is expected out of me, I have to tell myself it is. I'm also human, right? And yes, it is. Pandemic is taking a toll on us. For example, I was driving today after what? How many days? I think after 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that, and I feel dazed initially when I start driving. It's almost because I've not been out of the house. It takes your body takes adjusting. You physiologically, psychologically, everything. So and I can't give eye contact to people when I'm talking to them because I've not been talking to a lot of people for such a long time. So and I think it's same for everyone. So give yourself that window. It is all right. You don't have to be superhumans to do everything, right?
Absolutely. Just your
Right?
best is enough. Good. That is good enough.
100%.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. Similar question. This period is draining me emotionally. I don't know what is right anymore.
No one knows what's right anymore. No one knows what's right anymore. In fact, talking about what is right and wrong is a very subjective question. How I look at it is, at the end of the day, if I'm able to look myself in the mirror, I think it was a successful day.
Hmm.
That is my right, because for everyone their right is different, their wrong is different, and no one should be standing there to judge except for your own self. So, yes, that is true. My right is very different from someone else's right because their situation is completely different. So, what is right is wrong right now, even we don't know what is right. And it's a very, very subjective question. So, take one day as it comes. Try not, don't go beyond thinking. Today only I was thinking, I wanted to do a Europe trip. रह गया मेरा. And my husband was like, relax, it is okay. अभी नहीं 4 साल बाद कर लेंगे कुछ नहीं होता समथिंग
यूरोप कहीं नहीं जा रहा है.
हाँ उधर ही है कोई बात नहीं 4 बिल्डिंग बदल जाएगी ना कुछ नहीं होता अभी इधर ही right so that's it right and wrong is like subjective.
Absolutely agree. Next question. Little technical question. Is
Oh
applied
god,
psychology better or basic psychology better?
see
I
you
know
should
you have a
ask
lot to
Smarky
say
ma'am
about
that
this.
and nonsense Smarky ma'am will say all about that. Now I'm a social worker, talk me about social stuff.
It
that's
depends
a
on what you
that's a
want to
question.
do.
See,
If you,
okay.
it depends on where you want to work. And,
Exactly. Market
uh,
wise, I don't know, people are gonna kill me, but market wise, pure psychology will have more value. Khatam baat. सीधी सी बात है. You have more opportunities later on. If you want to get into applied psychology, if you have an option, see, if you have an option, opt for pure psychology right now, and then later on you can get into applied
you
if
can
you want.
specialize.
Yeah, you can specialize later on.
The
So it's
weightage is definitely more for
more with 100%.
pure psychology or basic psych or honors. If you're
Yeah.
getting an honors, do an honors. Don't even think
हाँ
about it twice. Right.
एग्जैक्टली अब वही है ना हमारे जैसे रह गए नहीं आता था तब नहीं अक्कल थी फाइन बट I took an applied psychology field which is not bad, it's not that you can't because Arpita ma'am said oh pure psychology is the field that you should take. I'm gonna kill myself. Fine, it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's
No,
not.
but it
And
depends now. Like for you, you were very clear about what you wanted. You had your
yeah,
ABC ready.
yeah,
Right.
but then I had my ABCs ready because I wanted to become a chef.
Hmm.
Right. Look where I ended up.
You're still a chef.
Exactly. Yeah, in the
Yes.
bathroom.
Arey, you should Arpita's tiffin boxes. Okay. Even when she made salad and she brought to school, they would be cut in different shapes. You would have triangle cucumbers and God knows what not. She would make these pastas which would look like little artworks. Okay, so she was a chef. I'm sure Kabir must be getting
Nonsense.
wonderful food.
Yeah,
Like we
sure.
have
He
our days,
likes
okay?
khichdi.
We have our Maggie
Yeah,
days
of
also,
course.
but there are those days also. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
khichdi days and
yes,
suddenly gourmet days.
Yes. Okay, one love guru type question we got. Okay.
I
Love can
love
be
the
seen
love guru
in many
question.
ways on the basis of
Hmm.
respect, care, and support between two individuals, but it is still
Hmm.
incomplete without saying I love you. So, how can we make a move to say that?
हॉलीडे नहीं हॉलीवुड मूवी से बाहर निकलो प्रभु क्या
Hmm.
मतलब एक बार लास्ट पार्ट दोबारा पढ़ना प्लीज रीड द लास्ट बिट
Hey, before reading the last part, Anjana ma'am is here. She's joined
अंजना
finally.
मैम आई लव यू
Yes,
अंजना मैम आई
she's
लव
joined.
यू I'm saying to Anjana ma'am, I love you, Anjana ma'am. Look, see how much I love you.
See,
And I'm
yes,
saying I love
bilkul.
you. It is so simple. She did
It's
not even
as simple
respond.
as that.
See, the problem is that's where. See,
She's giving you a
I got a
thumbs up. She's
response.
giving you the.
See, but she did not say I love you. Oh my god. See, that's what our problem is.
Anjana ma'am, are you
Because
listening?
you know her typing speed. Few years back, she
Yes.
was burning a CD. Wait, she's gonna kill me.
I know. I still have to survive here, okay? But पता कुछ भी है अभी she is doing Zoom classes, okay?
Imagine.
Every day she's taking 80 students are in her class 8 class. She is managing it
Yeah.
all, and children are listening to her. That's what she's managing.
See,
Whether she
did you see
burnt the
her height?
CD.
Does she does she ever wear heels? Should see her height.
For
Anyways,
reference,
no.
Anjana ma'am, we were talking about self-confidence and how I felt I should wear high heels to feel more confident. So that is where we are getting at here.
Yes, see,
She said, I
Anjana,
love you too.
she said I love you too. See, when you pressurize people, they will say I love you too. Right, coming back to the
Yes, I'll read the question
original,
again. We got lost.
no,
Okay, again.
yeah, the love guru
Revision.
question. I need that. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, very important.
Love can be seen in many ways on the basis of respect, care, and support between two individuals, but it is still incomplete without saying I love you. So, how can we make a move to say that?
When this person is, I don't know who this person is, with full due respect, when this person saying when you move to say I love you, love has to be unconditional, right? And that unconditional love you see when you have a kid or your mom, that's unconditional love, right? And then you don't wait to say I love you because when you're waiting to say I love you, you are expecting for a response. Why are you scared to say I love you? I'm scared to say I love you because I'm hoping that the other person, what if that other person doesn't say I love you back? Right? So it has to be unconditional. Say I love you when you feel like, not because you are expecting a response. Because if you're expecting a response, it's not unconditional at that point of time. That's when it becomes a contract, I think. So that's why, Anjana ma'am, I love you. Has to be unconditional. That's how I see
Yes,
love. Right.
yes. We are
And
about
people
to
can beg
hit
to
one
differ.
hour. Yes, we
Oh
have
my
two more
god.
questions, but those two
Yes,
questions
yes,
I'll
quick,
take
quick.
up in the next episode. I have a rapid fire round for you. Arpita ma'am does not know about this, okay? So, are you
Nonsense.
ready? Yes.
No.
Very simple questions. Okay. Okay, start.
And
On your marks, get set, go. Cats or dogs?
no, none of the above.
Eh, tea or
I'm
coffee?
not
This
an
one I know,
animal
but still.
person, told you. Coffee,
Okay, fine. Coffee, fine. Beaches or mountains?
beaches, 100%. I
A
live in
quote you
Australia,
live.
mate.
Yes, mate. A quote you live by or often think of. Any quote which comes to your mind.
Yeah. Live life queen size.
Good. Okay. Uh,
I've got my quote
teaching.
sorted, mate.
Yes, absolutely. Teaching or traveling.
Traveling and
Okay.
teaching.
That.
Traveling while
Okay.
teaching. I do that. I roam about throughout New South Wales and give training lectures, right? So
Okay,
I'm
fine.
living my life, all right?
Okay,
I've been to all
fine.
the
It's
cities and the
cheating answer.
villages.
This does not get marks. This answer is null and
Anjana
void.
ma'am, dekh
Okay.
lo. And
अच्छा सुनो. Current show you're watching.
the what is it called? The Americans one.
Yeah.
What is it called? Oh God,
What is it about?
Carrie Mathison and CIA wala hai. Re Baba, it's got
Acha.
7 seasons.
Okay,
What was
fine.
it?
CIA wala carry something. Okay, fine, fine. Okay. A book every psychologist should read.
I'm still writing it.
Mm. Okay. Next destination on your list. यूरोप को छोड़ के.
To start with, domestic, international. Domestic अगर
Any,
है
any,
तो
any, any,
I
any.
Port Douglas.
Okay, fine. One thing every psychologist should do in their life once, at least. Student,
Skinny
teacher,
dipping.
anybody related to psychology. Skinny dipping?
Related to
Okay, fine.
psychology. Yeah,
Fine,
you
ठीक
got to
है.
learn a
One thing
lot
you should
about.
do in your life. Okay, skinny dipping. Okay. Arpita ma'am has a pool in her house. Okay, everybody welcome. A word of
Soon.
encouragement to our viewers today. We have 29. This is record. We've never had more than 25. 29 people are
Thank
watching
you.
you. Okay.
Thank
Word
you,
of
people.
encouragement to the 29 watching now and the others who would watch later, I hope.
Okay. Accept patriarchy and move from there. पढ़ोगे नहीं तो शादी कर देंगे. पढ़ लो.
And the dabba we want to
Always.
get is of you becoming somebody, okay? Become CEO or entrepreneur or
Exactly.
somebody. Don't get the other shadi ka
Exactly.
dabba to us. That is
Exactly.
not
शादी का डब्बा
acceptable.
वो तो होता exactly वो तो होता रहता है. That's like
हाँ.
ऐसे 12वीं पास कर लो शादी का डब्बा वो सब no that's like चलता रहता है. That's not the end of everything, you know. Talk about something. Yeah. So
Okay, so
हो
we
गया.
finished. We finished. So दो question रहते थे which if
हाँ
have
हाँ
time,
डाल दो.
if ठीक है, we'll just quickly
I'm
take.
not doing
How do
anything.
you
It's
deal
10:30
with?
here.
Okay, fine.
I'm not doing anything. My son's sleeping.
Entertain yourself. How do you deal with male ego at work?
70% of my bosses are females. It's a very different work culture here. Male ego is not as apparent. I'm sorry, haven't seen it so much here. So not the right person. Either I don't see it or I don't acknowledge it. I don't acknowledge it. End of discussion. So even if it is there, I don't acknowledge it. So if I don't
It
acknowledge
depends
it, I
on how
don't
you
see it.
perceive it.
Yeah. So if I don't acknowledge it, I don't see it, and I don't have to respond to it. I am who I
बढ़िया,
am. Deal with it.
बढ़िया.
Yeah.
Last question. How to cope when you lose your patience very quickly?
I lose my patience. I lose my patience. Why am I supposed to have my patience? Why should I always have my shit together? Right? I keep my shit together to the max I can. When I lose it, I lose it. Then other people need to keep their shit together to cope with me. My mental health is as important as anyone else's. So if I lose it, I lose it. Deal with it.
Just have a support system, friends who will lose it with you. Okay.
100%. And
Absolutely.
having a support system is very important. Uplift the women who are with you, around you. Uplift the women. That's very important. We forget that. Accept. You were talking about one thing that everyone should have: unconditional positive regard. Google कर
For
लेना, ढूंढ
yourself.
लेना उसका क्या
For
मतलब होता है.
yourself,
For
yes.
yourself to start
बिल्कुल.
with, and for others around you. You know? मैं स्ट्रेस में हूँ तो सभी
Absolutely.
स्ट्रेस में है. उधर से लेकर चलोगे, it will take you a long way.
Yes.
बाकी तो फटो, 2-3 बार फटना भी चाहिए.
पढ़ना जरूरी भी होता है.
Yeah, बिल्कुल
बिल्कुल,
बिल्कुल.
बिल्कुल. Just because you are small and tiny does not mean you can't be fierce, right?
Of course. मेरे बारे
बिल्कुल.
में कोई कहता होता था और बड़ा मजेदार. मेरी अपनी मासी थी एक, now she is like in heaven. She used to say कि ये जितना ऊपर है जमीन के उतना ही जमीन के नीचे भी है. So you don't go by her height. She used to say that.
बिल्कुल,
I'm not saying
बिल्कुल.
it.
That is a good one. That is a good one. That is a very good
So
one.
how a positive spin on that, my roots have to be deep. I have to be deep rooted for me to be standing above that ground. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Chalo, we will wind up. Okay. Instagram is already giving us warnings. 30 seconds
Oh
में
my
बंद कर
God,
देगा ये
really?
हमको. Yes,
Okay,
we've been here
okay.
for
They
almost an
hate us
hour
so
now.
much? Okay.
1 hour
They
is
hate us so much.
maximum. हमारी कैपेसिटी ना
Oh,
लोगों के बाहर है, बस के बाहर है.
attention
Okay,
spans, you
so
see.
thank you everybody for being here. Arpita, thank you for
Thank
taking out
you.
the time
Thank you,
and for
Smaraki,
making this
for
happen.
organizing it.
And yes, I think it was one of the best sessions. So
Oh,
thank you
thank
for